Hey everybody, it's Trent.
And Betsy.
For the last 4 years, we have been turning the podcast into Never Scream It every October. And the reason for that is Betsy and I have not really had a lot of experience watching a lot of horror movies, and we wanted to dip our toe into the genre just to see what we like.
We've been working under the assumption that we don't like horror. And over the last 4 years, what we're discovering is maybe we do?
So for the entirety of 2025, we have dedicated an entire show on our Patreon to giving ourselves an education in the genre that we called Never Scream It 101, where Betsy and I are delving into a whole lot of different subgenres of horror in order to see what there is out there in the world of horror.
And what we like and what we don't like. We've focused every month on a different theme so far this year, and then next year we hope to expand on it. But every single month, we've got a different subgenre and a movie that fits that description.
And to celebrate our first 10 months of Never Scream It 101, we're running a promotion on our Patreon. Anybody who signs up new on Patreon gets a discount, and they can get access to our entire catalog of not just Never Scream It 101, but all of our premium content.
And to give everybody a taste of what we've been covering over there, we're going to be releasing clips from all of those episodes each Wednesday through the month of October.
This week, we are starting off with lesson number 1 that covered the found footage subgenre of horror featuring The Blair Witch Project from 1999.
We're also including a clip from lesson 2, that being zombies, but specifically fast zombies, because we covered 2002's 28 Days Later.
So go and claim your discount at patreon.com/neverseenitpod. No special code needed. Just go to the page. The discount will automatically apply. This will last until the end of October.
So enjoy these clips, and we hope you come and join us over there on Patreon. They made it all up in their heads because they're just lost and cold and hungry.
They're hearing things,
and they're
hearing
hearing
things,
and they're imagining it, and their friend just like lost his shit and wandered off into the woods, and we never saw him again.
And you yourself, I mean, I know I got onto the edge of the seat. I wanted to really listen and really look at the screen. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. I even turned the fucking volume up in the room to make sure I heard everything.
Right, and if you just heard things, you could say it's all in their fucking heads and they just lost their minds and they died in the woods. That could have just been as plausible. But it's the fact that mysterious piles of rocks and piles of sticks appear at their tent, and somebody is violently shaking the tent, and there's like babies crying in the middle of the night.
Yes.
And they're just like, what the fuck is that? And they don't know where they are and what's going on. They keep hiking south, but they don't end up except in a circle. Like there's some fuckery going on here that they cannot get out of these woods.
And I felt that part of it more than anything else, the getting lost part, because it's not just, hey, it's the Blair Witch, hey, it's all the bump in the night, all that shit. No, it is you're getting desperate, you're getting hungry, you're starting to snap at your friends, even though you don't mean to. You are lost. And that is a very scary feeling, to just pile on top of all of the shit that is happening during the night and what is there when you wake up in the morning. So you cannot get a rest
until she opened up a sack of bloody teeth.
Yeah.
I was not sure how much of this is like really real, if they're just all collectively like hallucinating. No,
and we're having a part of it along with them.
Because we are watching it on film. If you are hearing the audio, logic dictates, if we're supposed to believe this is real found footage, that the sounds are real.
Right.
But it's your paranoia that's amping up what they are. It could be an owl. It could be a deer. It could be any number of things. And they're just convinced they're footsteps. There's footsteps. Those are people, right? How could they be out here?
Well, and it's also both of them or all three of them are hearing such a thing. Yes. So it's not just one person going mad. Well, they're all going mad a little bit, but they all hear the same thing.
Yeah. So that's where I think structurally this is really, really well done. And the fact that they really went out and sold this movie as we found this footage, it is real. I get contextually in 99 how they were able to pull that off because of the thing I said, the birth of reality TV, that was still really in its infancy in 1999. We had some of it, but really MTV kind of had cornered the market on that.
The young people really latched onto this stuff. It's our generation that really got that, and the Gen Xers. We got into that heavy, and just ran with it. And it takes filmmakers like this to have the idea to go full bore and try to make this feel at the very least at a distance, make it feel like that it's plausible, that it could have been real, so that when you go to the theater, you heard from all your friends, man, this really happened. Well, maybe it did. The whole idea of being afraid of being alone and being abandoned and shit like that, that is manifested here in his nightmare, where he's asleep out in the wilderness, and in his dream he wakes up and they have all left him. He is out there screaming at the top of his lungs. Nobody is there. He's alone. And it's not just, hey, they took all the food, hey, they took all the weapons or whatever else. No, they abandoned me. That's maybe the most scary thing, is to be alone, but not just be alone, but be alone in this world.
And that's how he woke up, because he's in this hospital room, stark naked.
Yes.
Who knows how long he's been there, but the people in the hospital were at least nice enough to shove the key under the door.
Yeah.
So he could get out, but he's completely alone. So the movie starts with him in this mentality, and it just continues on.
And like, what kind of what is going through his mind at this point in his revelation, the revelatory nature of what he is experiencing here? And that, I mean, talking about this movie being a horror movie, that's maybe the scariest thing.
Being alone.
Being completely alone in a world that you do not recognize.
Imagine that. The scariest thing in this movie is isolation.
Yeah.
Like, this, seriously, when I say Alex Garland knows how to write a movie, I'm not kidding. He's very, very skilled at things like that. And the dialogue is not complicated. He does not overburden us with why this is happening or why these people are doing these things.
Yeah, unlike
he gets to the point.
Unlike a movie like Resident Evil, where there's literally a guy that we named Mr. Exposition that is just saying, oh, this is what this situation is, this is what this facility is, this is who these people are, and it's just that.
No, everybody in this movie has really easy names. Heather, Jim, Frank, Mark. One syllable. You can figure out who they are, and even if you don't exactly remember all of them, you know who everybody is and what the dynamic is. And then when we get to the big facility where all of the 9 remaining military guys are, Christopher Eccleston is there, and he tells Jim flat out, here's the deal.
Sorry to disappoint you. This is it.
Yeah, I have this group of guys, and they're all going nuts, and one of them tried to kill himself, and the only thing I can do is try to give them hope, and what they want is women.
I promise them women. And this right here was the biggest surprise of this movie for me, because this is just horrible. It's horrible.
Because again, you expect these guys to be the heroes. They're putting out this call, and they're saying, come here. Like,
or
we
at the
have,
very
we
least,
have the answer that you're looking for.
Yeah, like at the very least, when the alarm goes off the first time, they have a job to do. They get really excited because they get to go out there and shoot guns like a bunch of little boys. And that's kind of how they're acting when they're coming back. But then in that moment when they're coming back, that one like blonde guy is coming up to the woman and being all like flirtatious or whatever you want to call it.
He's got a hard on because he fired a gun, basically. He's like, yeah, I'm a big tough man.
It's that shit. And
it's macho
wanting
shit.
it to be a thing, and Cillian Murphy is there to defend her honor and whatever else, but he's completely outnumbered. And that's where he gets knocked down, and they tell him, okay, you can join us, but we're not letting the ladies leave. You're not going to save them. If you want to be with us, you can be with us, but only as one of these other assholes.